The following is a presentation of TFNN. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Every trading day, live at 10 a.m. Eastern. Call now, toll free at 877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 72, Nasdaq's up 24, S&P's off 6. Gold contract up $7.20, trading $19.57 an ounce. You get silver down 2 cents, $27.08 an ounce. Light sweet crude up 23 cents, $41.20 a barrel. Notes and bonds. We got the 10-year right now up 1 tick, 139.15. The 30-year up 1 also at 176.16. And King Dollar's up by 26.6, trading 92.996. The Euro's at 118. The yen is at 104.39, and the British pound's at 129 to 1 U.S. dollar. Tom O'Brien, what's going on? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, man. Gotta love it coming into the weekend, and we got volatility in both directions to kick things off, man.
There's no doubt you get quad witching and, on the open, folks, the difference between, triple witching and quad witching, folks, is that the options on the futures expire at the open. And, you're just doing the news, Tom. You're talking about how it dove it down, right? It's the opening tick. That's how this works. So it's always intriguing watching on quad witching where they can peg the S&P,
Sure.
So it's pretty wild, no doubt. The thing is pretty wild out here actually today is that, the energy just might be out of the market. You're laying here, you get the NQs up 12, NASDAQ, the S&P's down 2.25. Sometimes when I'm looking at it saying, okay, what's the catalyst to buy and what's the catalyst to sell?
Sure.
Well, I can tell you what the catalyst to sell inside the NQs are, folks, okay, because this is a confirmed ABC structure on the way down. Yeah, we took out the B point yesterday of inside the Qs, took them out with volume. Bottom line, and it wasn't just that. So watch this. Amazon's also an ABC down.
I think we need your chart, too, if you get a moment.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so where we go. Sorry about that. There we go.
Perfect.
Okay. So let me go back to the Qs for a second. So the Qs, they took out the B point of an ABC structure down. They needed 71 million shares. They come up with 81. Then you got Amazon, of course, one of the big dogs inside the NDX. That's an ABC down too. That just blew it away. It's like, okay, you're gonna have to build more cars to get through this, basically trading and support that we had out there from July 7th going basically all the way over to the 31st. But you get sellers. You get sellers out here, and a couple of those big dogs, and then what's not that it's surprising, but Apple is having a hard time holding price also.
Sure. Yeah.
Now Apple didn't do 180 million. Oh man, this is interesting. Apple almost did one on ABC down, missed it by 2 million shares. The swing point was 180 million. We came down with 178. So. We'll see where this baby wants to shake out, man.
And how about the TikTok saga continuing to rock and roll, right?
Yeah. So what do we have happening with that now?
I don't know what's going on, man. If somebody can make sense of it for us, that would be great, man. Because all the headlines out there today, of course, in terms of that they're going to block downloads of TikTok and WeChat on Sunday, and that comes ahead of the announcement today about whether the Oracle deal flies. And I don't know why you got the Commerce Department coming out this morning saying that they're going to ban U.S. business transactions with the China-owned social apps WeChat and TikTok on Sunday. And then you got the expected announcement about Oracle today and Oracle shares.
Yeah, so there's no way. So Ross is in charge of commerce. There's no way then. If they're doing that, man, that's telling me that thing's not going to fly because Ross just wouldn't be out there doing that.
And, one of the speculations is just even pulling up the CNBC article saying it's unclear if whether that means that it's going to take longer, that things can't happen before Sunday, and maybe they're just cutting things off until kind of the deal goes through, which could be one possibility of many right now. Or, of course, you have the hardline possibility that the deal's really not what Trump was talking about. I don't know if that's going to come to fruition. His buddy Ellison out there, I don't see him selling him out after all of this going through.
Yeah.
But interesting nonetheless, man, the saga
and so
continues.
I wonder, so now we got WeChat in the mix, right?
Yeah, and I'm not even as familiar with that, but obviously a social app WeChat and I don't know if that's if that's as big of a consumer deal or if that's, I don't know.
Well,
I'm just not sure.
What's so funny about that is that I've used WeChat and I have it on my phone. So overseas,
you might be talking about WhatsApp. Oh, that's a different.
No, it's not. No,
oh, okay.
I get that too. What it is, when I went to China, WeChat, that's what everyone uses.
Okay.
That's
sure.
All the suppliers. What ends up happening is this. I believe that's one of them that I'm not sure how it works, but I know that's how they like to talk. Do you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Back
okay,
and forth.
That makes sense. Sure.
So
because outside of being in China, I don't think anybody uses WeChat.
Yeah, no, that's why.
At least over here.
That's exactly.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah. China government directly tapped into WeChat. Yeah, I bet they are.
Yeah, listen, it makes sense, man. I mean, China, they're running.
Listen, and if you don't think the U.S. government's not tapped into us, folks, okay?
Yeah.
You're dreaming, okay? That's,
The only thing is, and I have to stress the difference is
there's a difference, yeah. No,
I don't want to conflate the two, man. Let's be real here. China is a dictatorship. They run the show. They might as well own all those companies. In the U.S., the government just can't come in and say, give us that data. In China, they can. So It's a vast difference. It really is a vast difference.
They don't even have to say, give it to me. They have it, right? Probably.
Right, exactly. Versus, you wanted, you got warrants or subpoenas or deals at least that be made, but there's some semblance of a corporation, its own entity and privacy. In China, that does not exist, period, end of sentence. So
yeah, there's no doubt.
Yeah.
So gold up 650, 1956. Bottom line is that looks like we'll make it through another weekend. Sorry.
Did you see? I talked about this morning. UBS.
Excuse me.
Oh, bless you. Did you see UBS giving gold a very bullish on gold?
I was listening to, yeah.
Could stay higher longer. So they had a lot of good things to say about that. That makes sense fundamentally for sure. So kind of just putting it out there. 2,100 was the price tag that they put on it. And just talking about whether it's inflation, right? Negative real interest rates, on global uncertainties. I'm kind of cherry picking words, but if you're following the market, it all makes sense fundamentally. But yeah. No,
there's no doubt. And so for your commodity bulls out here, folks, this is going to, and if you're thinking that inflation is going to come, we've been talking about the potash stocks. Bottom line is that they took out their B points yesterday of an ABC structure up. If we look at Mosaic, came barreling with 8.2 million, blew away the B point with 3.6. Nutrient did the same thing. Now that is really cool for the agricultural market, because that's saying that agricultural markets will basically start pricing up, because when those things go, man, they price up the farmers in about a second. Stay right there. Tommy and I are coming right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's flat, NASDAQ up 44, S&P's down 1.5. And, so this is intriguing. Tom, when in your program, I heard you go over the forbearance numbers, right, inside the mortgage market, right?
I just saw the article you sent me. Go for it.
Yeah, this is why, folks, education is so important, okay? Now, this is really a sad article, okay? And what it is a million mortgage borrowers fall behind, even though we have some people can have a safety net. And what it is here is this. Out of the 1 million homeowners have fallen through the safety net Congress set up earlier in the coronavirus pandemic to protect borrowers from losing their homes, according to industry data, potentially leaving them vulnerable to foreclosure and eviction. So if it's a Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac federally guaranteed program, folks, okay, the bottom line is that they have to give you forbearance. Well,
yes.
What this article is saying is that out of the million right here, 680,000 could have had forbearance. Of those, 680,000 have federally guaranteed mortgages and qualify for the forbearance. But unfortunately, I suspect most of them don't realize it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Just unaware. Yeah. All you got to do is pick up the phone.
That's
and
all
you don't even have
do.
to. You don't even have to prove hardship.
No. So,
which in some instances of what's going on, maybe I'm not even specific myself, but you might have to prove some hardship in some programs going on, right? You don't even have to prove a hardship in any way. You just have to ask for it.
Right. This is pretty intense. And then, can you go over what you were talking about? Because this is intense. Listen, we're all kind of in the real estate market, whether you own a house or in the market in general. But when you're going over those numbers this morning, this is going to come back. This is, I know the real estate market's going good because everyone's, at home and all this. But those numbers are not good numbers, man. They're going to have to basically do something in order to basically... a catch-up is always hard to do, right?
Yeah, we all know that, right? Especially at a time when people are struggling. I mean, if you got to catch up, you're already struggling, right? So the article out here I was reading this morning just talking about government mortgage bailout numbers improve slowly Talk about almost as slow as it can be.
26,000? Yeah.
Yeah, 26,000. So the number of mortgages in active forbearance programs where borrowers delay their mortgage payments for at least 3 months declined by just 26,000 last week, representing less than 1%, 0.7% to be exact. That's a mortgage technology and data firm putting that out, Black Knight. As of September 15th, just under 3.7 million homeowners remain in these plans, representing 7% of all mortgages. Now, what's really interesting is here, combining this with what you just sent, the numbers you just sent are a million people that aren't in a plan. Right? So these are 3.7 million homeowners, representing 7% of all active mortgages. I was like, whoa, man.
That's the thing that got me. When you
said me too. 7%. You're talking about, basically 1 out of 15 people, 1 out of 15 mortgages, and everybody's got a mortgage, man. Yeah. When you're talking about homeowners, right? Yeah. And you should have a mortgage, folks, at 2.8%.
Seriously.
Together, these loans represent $781 billion in unpaid principal, and so that's basically the summation of it. What it doesn't now, here's one thing: the number of forbearance plans are now down more than 22% from the peak of over 4.7 million in late May. You could say that's encouraging, but maybe we saw already the pullback. You went from 4.7, now you're at 3.7, and now maybe this is where we struggle because we only came down 26,000 in the last reading. The government plan.
And if you and I and the listeners, if you were in forbearance, right, I would say that you're going to try to get out of it as quick as you can because everyone knows that, oh my God, 2 or 3, 4 months. And that's where I think that 22% comes. So I can see that from that point forward, it's going to be hard to get that down more because the acceleration is so dramatic on price.
And yeah, I mean, I imagine if people could get out of the program, they did, because the money will have to be made up at one point. And then that's going to be the next article I want to read, man. How do you, as a mortgage bank, let's say, how is that going to get structured for when that money comes back due, right? Because those 3.7 million mortgage owners who are paying who are struggling right now to pay their bills, they're not going to be able to make up 2 monthly payments come next year. So hopefully they're able to structure it in a way that maybe that's on the back end, which is definitely possible.
Right.
But then it's like, okay, well, that means that all the banks just basically forgoed a year of mortgage payments that they got put on the back end. Well, that costs them money. It does. So that's
holders money. Yeah. Oh, there's ramifications everywhere.
Yeah, that's all. It's that it just doesn't come from nowhere, folks.
Right.
I mean, this whole deal of suspend rent, suspend mortgage payments. I mean, that's just not how the world works, man. Because there's always a holder on the end that is, do you own? I mean, we see Citi just falling apart this week, Citi shares. If you don't pay rent, then you don't pay the mortgage owners. If you don't pay the mortgage owners, then you don't pay the banks. If you don't pay the banks, who pays the banks' employees' salaries, et cetera?
Yeah.
So it's just staggering numbers, man. And eventually it's all got to come to roost, man.
I know.
Yeah.
And, of course, we get rates low. They're going to stay low. But guess what? Bottom line is that you still got plenty of bills out there, no doubt.
Yeah.
Let's go take a look at some of the higher volume equities out here, and we'll see whether getting the action out here. Oh, there we go. Kodak's up 74 cents.
Yeah, I heard you talking about Kodak on your show last night, saying nothing good's going to come out of here, folks. And
seriously,
I agree. I mean, listen, there's a lot better places, folks, that you could, even if you want to talk about making a high risk reward wager, right? Which, my goodness, this would be. I mean, just go put your money somewhere else in some high risk assets.
Well, this morning I heard you talking about Dave and Buster's. This is crazy, folks. Dave and Buster's up $1.63. It's like, guess what, man? They're telling you, that they're going out of business. And it's like, really? Here's the numbers. I mean, they're going to take in, $124 million they're looking for. They're going to lose 95 cents. They're saying that if the creditors don't go along with it, they have a problem. They got a problem anyway because the business plan, Dave and Buster's, forget it.
It's as social as you can be when you talk about.
Social as it can be, yeah. What do they call it? That's one of these petri dishes, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's an arcade inside a restaurant.
Yeah.
So they need the world to be back to normalcy before they accelerate any higher, man. And you have a bunch of analysts. You had Stifel and Raymond James, two of the firms upgrading David Buster's. In a note, they said a recent pullback in the stock, quote unquote, creates an attractive entry point for investors with high levels of risk tolerance. Folks, if you're buying stock in a company that says we might go bankrupt if our lenders don't make a new deal with us, you better believe that you're playing a game with fire. And yeah, that's where you might get some big returns, but guess what? You might lose every penny you put into this stock too.
Yeah, big time. And
I mean, it just went from 19 to 13 from Wednesday to yesterday. So,
amazing.
Yeah.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back. We have the Dow Industrials right now trading up 29. NASDAQ is down 2. S&Ps are off 6. We have gold up at $10. Silver's flat. King dollar. King dollar just can't handle price, down 56 ticks. Come right back.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 8, NASDAQ is down 14, S&Ps are off 8.5. And let's see, we got a question in here, Tom, about, JP Morgan, big banks. So let's take a look at JP Morgan, and if you're looking at banks, folks, this is a great bank to look at. There's no two ways about that, man. Okay, so we've been going sideways. You know, to me, I think we're in a correction. So it's not that you have to buy it at this particular point. I guess that's my point more than anything. You know, can it come down to like, 96, 95? Yeah, I think it can. I mean, where we're at right now, what you have here is this. That 97 area, you can see this, the 97 area is the highs of the lows that were generated when it went to 76. You know, so I don't see any big destruction in this thing. That's the real bottom line. You know, so I don't see, you know, it's not like you're going to accelerate forward ASAP also. But guess what? If you're going to buy a bank, J.P. Morgan is a great bank to buy. You know,
J.P. Morgan. The other one I'd throw in there is Bank of America.
Exactly.
Man, when you got Warren Buffett spending gazillion dollars behind Bank of America.
Oh yeah.
You know, you want some banks to diversify things a little bit, man. I would throw those two because, I agree for sure. And as it compared, I mean, Citi, man, it just talk about falling out of bed this week.
Yeah, the Citi's a problem. That's you know, and one of the first things you know. It's pretty clear when you send someone $900 million. I mean, that's a process problem, right?
Yeah, and I mean, banks, they should be known for their process, you know, in terms of how many transactions that have to go through. I mean, it's really remarkable when you think about how flawless most actually run.
It is.
When you think about the amount of transactions that happen, everything has to be secured, right? All that stuff. So for that to happen, that's worrisome on top of just leadership, management, etc.
There's no doubt. No doubt. So it's going to get interesting here. So what we're doing right now, folks, let's go over to the NQs. We take a look at them. Yeah, you're breaking the lows of this morning. You know, there hasn't been a lot of action here yet, and there still hasn't been a lot of selling. You know, like we're breaking this, but this is not the type of selling that we've had the last couple of days. So I don't expect this range is going to be big today. I mean, we might get a rejection right here. You know, the last time we came down, when we came down at 10 minutes to 10, in the futures, you didn't even have a lot of volume. We had 18,000 contracts. So you're 3 minutes into this now. You get 9,000. You're gonna get a little bit more. So the real kicker is going to be, can it hold price here? But it looks to me, when all said and done out here, is that I don't think we're going to see a lot of selling out here today. I think we're going to fluctuate back and forth, 10 up, 10 down, 10 up, 10 down. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
And that's the ranges that are probably set up, which, by the way, would make sense, folks, because when we came down so hard, that's energy. Energy goes both ways. It takes a lot of energy to go down, too, man. And, you know, if the market's tired, man.
Yeah, I find it so interesting. We're sitting so close to kind of those pre-COVID levels in the S&P. You know, within about 50 points of where we were before all of this. And September 18th, we got, I think it's 46 days until that election from today.
That's going quick, isn't it, man?
Yeah.
Wow. It really is. This is like wild. And then, of course, the November 3rd. That's man. November 3rd, then what do you do between November 3rd and January 20th? It depends what happens, man.
Yeah, and, you know, realistically, they're making an estimated guess. I mean, you're going to have to wait for the mail-in ballots to be tallied in some of these swing states, man. So it's going to be an election like we've never seen before, man.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That's putting it lightly, right? Yeah. Seriously.
Let's go to overseas. So overseas last night, folks. Okay, you know, bottom line, it wasn't that bad a night. When I was looking at Asia, they had the Shanghai market up. You know,
like 2%, right?
Yeah, Shanghai was up, and I was trying to figure that out. Why was Shanghai up 2%? But bottom line, it was Nikkei was up 0.1 of 1%. Nothing big there. Now in Europe, they just can't get any traction. You know, the DAX bottom line sideways out here today. You know, down. 23 points, which is nothing. That's really a sideways move. FTSE, same deal. You know, so I think they're waiting for this NDX. The NDX 100, man, is the mover. that baby is moving things up, moving things down, all around. NQ, let's just do it again, because if this starts getting some steam, let's see. So, well, you do have a small ABC down here. So you're in a larger ABC down, and now you get a smaller ABC down. Let's do this number here. We get an ABC down intraday, I believe. Let's see. Come on. Okay, so... yeah, you get 6 minutes into it. Well, the 8 point was what? 11,163. That's the high out here. Well, not the high. That was at 9 o'clock this morning. The B point is 11,018 minus 11,018. So that's a 145. The C point is 11,105. So that's minus 11,105. Gets you 10,960. Okay, so we're 10,000. We're 11,000 now, but we made 10,995. So this is what's cool about when you do this, folks. Okay, if you're day trading back and forth, then what I try to do is I get, like, if I sold the first one and I'm buying the second one, let's say if you think it's going to be range bound today, I'd like to get as close to that ABC structure on the way down. Then it's like, okay, man, now you're going to bounce the other way. And if you're only looking for a couple points, and if we bring this over to the Qs, well, that's not a bad way of going back and forth. As long as you have, as long as you're not greedy. That's the bottom line.
Sure.
So wild. And
it's wild all over the place, man.
How do you like this weather we have today, Tom?
I was actually out super early today. Dropped my car for a little service, but so it was nice because the sun was barely up by the time I dropped it off before my 8:30 program. But it's nice, right? It's a little cool.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah,
that's
like right here.
Okay. I was already back. What happens is my show's so early. I was back in here before 8 in the morning, and it's always a little nice before 8 in the morning, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the sun's barely up, but we might get we might get a high of 82, I think, next week, which for us folks is
that's
the frigid northwest.
Blue skies, sun's out, 82 degrees. Yeah, take it all day long. It's just a different feeling altogether, folks.
Yeah,
no doubt.
And listen, we're lucky. We're blessed in Florida, man. We got some amazing weather, but as people might know, man, our August and September, even July, it's just that's our winter, man. That's what I say to the people in the Northeast, right? In the Northeast, oh boy, January and February, I mean, bundle up and stay inside. In August and September in Florida, put on your bathing suit and be by the beach or stay inside. That's it.
Stay right there. Tommy and I come right back. Dow's down 26, Nasdaq's off 32, S&P's off 13.5. Tommy and I come right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get the competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now down 2. You get the Nasdaq off 25, S&P's off 9.5, and we go take a look at. Let's take a look inside that NDX first. So inside the NDX, Tesla's the king dog out here today, man. Up 4.5%. You got Dexcom up 2.6%. Micron's up 1.4%, and then taken away from it, Expedia's down 2.3%. You got, this is the Chinese internet company, PDD. That's the symbol, folks.
Pinduoduo.
Pinduoduo. That's pretty easy, actually, once you do it. Pinduoduo. I like it. Okay, cool, man. Thank you. So let's go inside the Dow Industrials and take a look at the strength versus the weakness inside the Dow. And United Health putting 14 positive points, Caterpillar 11, Goldman 7, taken away from it, Home Depot -8, Apple -7, Microsoft -7.
Yeah, it was interesting that Home Depot and Lowe's, right? One of the things I talked about, where are they? They both got, so Oppenheimer downgraded both of them, lowered the price targets, increasingly concerned the market's becoming too lax toward chance of post-COVID sales growth downshift. And realistically, as I mentioned on my show, man, they've just been rocket ships. There's nothing wrong with these stocks. You know, in the long run, if you're a long-term investor, folks, you know, even right now, you could buy like a quarter position or something like that. Because they're not going away. Trends aren't continuing. Trends aren't changing. They are continuing, you know. But we just, I mean, Home Depot, putting it on a daily, right? You just went from 140 to 280, almost exactly. You doubled from the lows. Even pre-COVID, you were at 240. Now you're at 280. Lows, even more dramatic, man. You were at 120 basically pre-COVID. You're sitting at 160. So you made 35% almost on your money pre-COVID. Let alone you went from 60 to 170.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so right? There's nothing, and realistically, you're just kind of chopping around at this level of 160, 162 in lows, because there's people love their homes, man. More people work from home. More people spending money on making their home the place they want to hang out in.
Exactly.
Those trends aren't changing, but geez, I mean, a lot of that factored in a big way in those equities for sure.
Oh, there's no doubt. It's pretty wild that this whole change. I mean, and when we look at it now, we're 6-7 months into it, right?
Yeah.
And when you look forward, I don't see a monster change. I'm hoping there's a monster change 6 or 7 months from now. But guess what? This is a slower road than I would have thought at the beginning, but
as we all, and I mean, unfortunately, we're about to hit 200,000 dead Americans, man, and there's an unfortunate part of the human psyche, and it's a great part of the psyche, is that we can overcome and accept anything, man. You know, and if you said at the beginning of this that in September we're going to have 200,000 dead Americans 45 days out from the election, people would have been shocked and horrified. And we've become to accept a normalcy of almost 1,000 Americans dying a day. You know, you're bringing COVID into it, but it's the same type of deal. That it's remarkable what we can accept and becomes normal, because none of us envisioned that we're right there. It's still, 35 to 45,000 positive tests a day in the U.S. Florida, we're at 3,000. We're at 5% positivity. I mean, Florida alone's like 150 dead Floridians every single day, man. So nobody kind of envisioned in September would be here, but here we are, man. And thankfully, we'll overcome anything, man. That's the bottom line. We'll get there.
Yeah,
we will get there.
Depends how many you lose.
I was
on the
telling
way.
you the other day, don't get lazy, man. Don't get lazy and think that this is normal life, because it's not, folks. Protect yourself. Be safe, wear a mask. You know, the story out there yesterday, the U.S. Postal Service was going to send every single household a mask, and the Trump administration nixed it. Masks have become political. It's a bummer, man. We got Halloween coming up. Be safe, folks, because you don't want to, lose someone close to you. And we're going to get through this in the next year or so or something like that. So don't get lazy and think that, it's they called it, there was an article out there about fatigue. The Euros now.
I think it's pretty easy. I know. I mean, that meaning to get lazy. Right.
Yes. Right. Oh, it's human nature, man. I mean, we're social beings, man. This is not easy. All right. It is not easy at all.
Right.
But it's also so serious in terms of if you're in any type of a high risk environment, and if you're around people that are, if you're a person in their 20s and you only see people in their 20s, okay, then yeah, you're not going to spread it to somebody who's high risk probably. But there's very few people in this country, folks, that don't see their parents, their grandparents, somebody who's high risk. So if you're taking those risks yourself, you got to be aware of there. And, it's nothing like the flu, folks, period, end of sentence. Go listen to Trump's words with Woodward. Nothing like the flu. So,
yeah. Dow's down 27, Nasdaq's up 43, S&P's around 16. I want to look at the composite here. So the lows of the composite, so lows of the composite yesterday were down there at the 10,783. We're 10,861. It's going to get interesting, man. It looks to me, we got that ABC structure down inside the NDX 100. But I think this composite's going to have to build a little more cause to break down, man. So let's see. So next week, what happens next week? Other than it starts off on Monday.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of like that slow period, right?
Yeah,
between
that's what
the
I'm
end of the
trying
quarter.
I'm just trying to look at this for a second. So
it is interesting, though, man, because,
because what's going to move markets, right? Up or down, right?
Yeah, as I say, it's slow, except, man, I can't emphasize enough. At some point, we're going to have some volatility around the election, man. I would be shocked if it doesn't come at any point, and it might come just a week ahead of it. Who knows? It might come the night of, as it came last time. But it's coming, man, because the uncertainty, it would make sense,
Well, and what's so intriguing, really, is like, okay, none of us know, what it's going to do to the market. Meaning, is it good?
Right.
Is it good, bad, ugly? It's really hard to comprehend. What blows my mind, when I'm looking at the market right now, I absolutely cannot understand how an equity can be worth more money now than it was before COVID, and they're taking in less money. I'm a technical person, but I like looking at the fundamentals. That fundamental, that's like destroyed. What book is that in?
Yeah, the only thing to say is the big tech giants, man, that are running the show. Some of them are taking in more money, man. We did that. What was the statistic? That it was something like 400 and something companies of the S&P 500 or 200. A majority of the S&P 500 companies are struggling, period. That's saying it lightly, I think. I just forget the exact numbers.
Right.
But a majority of the companies are tiny compared to Apple, worth $2 trillion. I think it was the stat that Apple lost $170 billion in market cap in a day, and that alone was worth more than 400 plus companies in the S&P 500 alone, right? So, and Apple had some strong numbers last quarter, man. They did.
Yes.
But like you're saying, man, it's a lot of them are struggling in a big way, and we'll see what happens.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back. Dow Industrials down 9, Nasdaq's up 48, S&P's up 15. We got gold up at $12. Silver's catching a bid. This could get interesting with silver. Silver's up 4 cents, 27.14. King dollar down 147. Tommy and I come right back.
Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as...
Whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
Bam!
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The gold report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the gold report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now down 63. We get the Nasdaq off 74. S&Ps are off 22. And folks, as you come over to our website at TFNN, you are going to see right under featured content, Rocket Equities and Options. Tom O'Brien is out here rocking and rolling with this newsletter. Tell us a little bit about your newsletter, Tom.
Definitely, man. So we have all facets of trading, really, equities and options, right? So I really tried to start something that just kind of applies the methodology that I apply in my trading, right? I have a section of my trading that I'm looking for long-term investment growth. in equities. I have a section in my trading that's short-term equity trading, and then I love options, man, like a lot of people out there right now. So I'm trading all facets of it. We had a nice stretch of trades going for the earnings.
That's for sure.
We're still going to be looking for some option trades outside of earnings. And earnings start again in the span of what?
The good news is that earnings are just about always right.
That's what we just ended it.
You can get a little break, and bottom line is that, it's a big number, man.
As Kevin Hinks said, right? He ends it with FedEx kind of when he sees them. They just wrapped it up this week. And yeah, I mean, it's September 12th, man. The new quarter begins before we know it. And I got a report out every Monday along with updates throughout the week when warranted. And we got some good equity trades in there with still possibilities to get in there for some of the equities for the longer term portfolio. And then yeah, we're always scouring the market, man, for whether it's short-term trades or option trades on the horizon. So check it out, whether it's a month, 6 months, a year. All of those come with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So check that out as well. And for yours as well, man, right under featured content, the Gold Report. You got Gold Report, man. You're coming up on 1,000 issues in the next 30, 40 weeks, man. What are we going to do for that?
That's wild, man, isn't it?
It is, man. It is.
Folks, stay right there. We can think of swim coming up next. Then we got our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes. Stay right. We'll be back this afternoon. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Bam! Look at him, folks.